Good morning, Lifestylers. Paul Kramer coming to you from the Leader Chat Room at Lifestyle's home office in sunny Toronto, Canada. Come on in, everybody. Boy, we've got a great guest for you today. Super excited about talking to this person. I've wanted to have her on the Leader Chat Room for quite some time now. But just before we get to that, I'd like to give a special shout out to last week's guest, GMD Kreisel Laksamana from Tarlac City. GMD Krang, thank you for being on the Leader Chat Room. Thank you for talking to us. It was very inspiring, especially to the younger people, to see somebody, a young woman such as yourself, having such great success in lifestyles and starting your career and having such a bright future ahead of you. So thank you to GMD Krang for being with us. Now, this week, we've got a super great guest. Let me tell you a little bit about her. She has a master's in business administration and is a certified public accountant. She joined Lifestyles in March of 2013. She was promoted to global marketing director in April of 2017. She's a 2014 Rising Star nominee, the 2016 Breakthrough Leader Award winner, the 2019 National Ambassador winner. So let's welcome into the Leader Chat Room from Metro Manila, GMD Lea Guevara. Good morning, GMD.
Good morning, Sir Paul.
How are you?
Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be in this leaders chat room.
Well, we're glad to have you. We're glad to have you. Now, you're a highly educated CPA, right? And you worked at the Manila Electric Company, which is a very prestigious company in the Philippines, right? So Meralco it's called, right? And everybody sort of knows about this company. And you were the finance officer there for many years. Tell everybody what that was like to have such a big corporate job.
Actually, Sir Paul, when I landed in Meralco, it's really my mindset to stay in Meralco because the company is very good. It's an international company, and the benefits are really so good. But it's really when you have a high paying job, it's also stressful. As you go along, there are a lot of responsibilities entrusted to you. So as I go on, but it's still my mindset to stay in Meralco.
Yeah. Now I understand that your family was in a bit of a financial crisis at that time, right? While you were still at Meralco, and you made a decision to quit your job. You know, this professional job in a great company. And your boss was obviously very upset, and your boss offered you more money, right? So it offered Lea more money, better position, didn't want you to quit or anything. But your lifestyles mentors said to you, you got to become a GMD, you can do it. You took a really big risk quitting that job, didn't you?
Yes, Sir Paul. It's not easy to decide really quitting my job. I really did a lot of prayers and confirmation from God before I really quit the job, because I really exerted so much effort. It's really in my job in Meralco when I took my masteral degree. So it's really my professional track record, or my desire to be in the top position of accounting is really on set. That's why it's really a big risk to leave my corporate career.
Now your upline, they didn't really put a lot of pressure on you, did they? They sort of let you make your own decision. But I think from what I heard, GMD Angie, right? You're one of your upline GMDs at the time. She was very, very surprised that you decided to quit, right? Because she thought for sure you were going to stay at Meralco, and one day you knocked on her door and said, "That's it, I'm quitting. I want to be a GMD." What was going through your mind? Because like Angie was totally surprised by this, right? So what were you thinking when you were doing all of this?
Yes, I came to a point that really I find lifestyles is really not that easy. Even if it is, I really want to have the life that the GMD is experiencing, but I've experienced a lot of difficulties. And I just thought in Meralco I can pretend to be busy, and yet I'm receiving I'm receiving a secured income, but in lifestyles I cannot do that. So I just said to GMD Angie and GMD Tonet na I have a lot of prospects in Meralco.
Yes.
I might get some. But surprisingly, I'm really so blessed with the approach of GMD Angie. Then she told me that I will not um, hindi kita pipilitin. I will not uh, make you stay in lifestyles if you don't want.
Right.
But what I want you to realize that it's an action of quitting something to the things that you are experiencing hardship. So when you will experience hardship again in Morocco, you will find a way out, easy way out. Then I realized na I'm not like that. So that's the time I really burned the bridge.
Right.
And I went to my president, the boss, and I said, I will not accept the offer again, and I'll stay in lifestyles.
Wow, that's a big decision. That's a big decision. Now, I mean, I'd heard that one of the main reasons that you got involved with lifestyles or decided to be in lifestyles was that your parents had a lot of health challenges, right? And the products were a real benefit to your parents, in particular to your dad, who had some health challenges at the time. So tell everybody a little bit about the power that the products had in your introduction to the company.
Yes. My father is suffering from a lot of complications of diabetes, and worst is the kidney failure. And the products has really helped him a lot. I've experienced not just my father. That's really my first reason of being involved in the products of lifestyles. My father, and the bonus of it is my son also, my husband, and even myself. So really, and even my siblings, they are all users of lifestyles products until now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So when you left Morocco and you started with lifestyles, tell everybody a little bit about the early days, right? Because it must have been a bit of a shock to the system, right? You're leaving a big corporate entity, you have a boss, like you have a structure, and then all of a sudden, you're an independent distributor. We tell people all the time, like, you're your own boss in lifestyles, right? So, but that comes with some challenges too, because you need some discipline and you need to be able to, accept some people saying no to you and everything. So you're a very confident person right now, right? But what was it like in the early days when you were just getting started after you left your corporate job?
It's really not easy, Sir Paul, because I have no exposure in sales. I'm in corporate accounting, and it seems my image is like an auditor. So I'm kind of in Tagalog, it's masungit. I really pretend to be strict. So it's really different in lifestyles. You
Yes.
have to be friendly. You have to approach people. So unlike in the corporate, they are the ones who approach me and asked favor from me.
Yeah.
But now it seems I'm asking favor from them. But the system of lifestyles is really helped me a lot because my uplines, GMD Angie, GMD Tonet, asked me just to list the dreams that I want to achieve here. And it helps me a lot because I realized I'm an accountant. I'm computing. If I will stay in my corporate position and I have a 5% increase every year, I will not earn 200,000 when I retire.
Right.
But in lifestyles, the promise is 3 to 5 years, I will be a global marketing director earning at least um 700, 1 million every month. And that's really a big jump to what
Hmm.
I'm receiving in my corporate job. So
Yeah.
it's really an inspiration. So the hardship and the difficulties I've experienced at the onset is really um it's not worth comparing to what I'm about to achieve here in lifestyles.
Right, 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 right. That's a great way to look at it. We've got a picture here I'd like to show you, and this is a picture of you and your son. Now, folks out there, if you're an accountant, right, a CPA, and you're expecting a baby, the last day of the year you would ever want to give birth to your baby is April 15th because that's tax deadline day in the Philippines, right? That's like the worst day for an accountant to give birth. When was your son born? What day was he born?
That's really true, Sir Paul. My son's birthday is April 15.
Okay. So you gave birth to your son on tax deadline day. Now, was how stressful was that? Forget about and this is your first child, right? So your only child, it turns out, but this is your first baby. So how stressful was it to be giving birth to your first baby on tax deadline day as a CPA?
Sir Paul, there are a lot of fields in accounting, but I'm handling the whole accounting. So I'm really at the head of the taxation. So that's really difficult time because I'm in the labor room, but I'm thinking of did they submitted the tax due? And then the day after, I've received a lot of updates.
Yes.
And year after year, it's the same challenge that I encounter because it's the birthday of my son, and
Right.
I cannot file a leave because that's the important day.
Well, that's good motivation to get out of the tax business, right? And to join lifestyles. Now you don't have to worry about that at all, right?
Yes, yes.
So we've got another picture here of your son, right? And I want to show everybody this picture. So look what a good looking boy he is. Looks just like his mother, by the way, right? So he's a very very handsome man. And as a young kid, as a young child, even from the age 2, he had a lot of allergies, right? And he became a full-blown asthmatic, at the age of 9, right? But he started taking Intra, and it really, really helped his asthma tremendously. So just share a little bit of the story of your son's experience with the product.
Yes. We have a lot of challenges. For 9 years, we are on and off in hospital. And in the ninth year, we are almost in the hospital every month because of a lot of complications. But 1 week taking the products, we were able to win from nebulizer. And that's amazing for us because we have seen a lot of complications of nebulizer and salbutamol. And the first week that we didn't use the nebulizer, that's a great proof that lifestyle products are really so effective. And since then, until now, it's almost same 9 years taking the products and 9 years without hospitalization.
Yeah, yeah. And how did that experience solidify your belief, or how did that raise your belief level in the products and in the business opportunity of lifestyles?
Yes, that's really put a lot of conviction to me, and it brought me a lot of motivation to share these products to many people because we have experienced it personally. And even me, I've experienced it. I got a lot of energy. I have a lot of problem also. I have ulcer.
Hmm.
I have irregular palpitation because I do board presentations regularly in Meralco. So I'm always nervous, and I've experienced a lot of problems in my heart, and I have a lot of cysts in the breast. but
Mm,
everything was addressed by the products of lifestyles.
right.
And that brought me to share this product to many people.
Right. So when you, because it's always interesting to know whether people lead with the opportunity when they talk to somebody or whether they lead with the product, right? So for you, because you're an accountant, you understand the business plan very well and you understand how much money can be made as a lifestyles distributor, right? And you understand the power of duplication and all of these sort of, numbers things, right? But when you're talking to somebody, do you talk to them about the business first or do you lead and talk about the product first? What's your approach?
Sir Paul, my approach is I just have to um, assess what is the the position of the client.
Mm,
If she is on the product side, I really I really magnify the effects of the products.
right.
And if I see the person is very potential with the business, I really highlight the the compensation plan and my experience, my personal experience, because um, my income in my corporate more than 10 times with what I'm earning in lifestyles. And a lot of people, a lot of Filipinos are looking for that kind of opportunity. It's the same effort, but you are earning big.
Yeah.
And sometimes I came to the point that lesser effort, but you are earning bigger.
Right, right. So either way, you would sort of assess the person, and you just sort of determine what their interest level is. So that's a great thing to share with people because it's important to know not what's important to you, but what's important to this other person, right? And then to
That's right.
sort of say to them, hey, this is important to you. Let me tell you more about this, right? And
Yeah,
that's kind of a good tip to know, isn't it?
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people um, that they don't want the business at first.
Yes. Yes.
But when I explain that they want the products and explain the goodness of the products, and the system is you would just invite them to the business presentation, and their minds are became open with
Hmm.
the opportunity. And then at that time, I will really introduce the business side.
Yeah, yeah, we see that a lot. We see that a lot in people who, some people use the products for, like a year or longer, and they're not really interested in the business. And then all of a sudden, something in their life changes, right? Where,
Yes,
maybe their spouse loses their job or they're not happy at their job, and then they kind of see that there's a great opportunity here to make money as well as using and sharing these great products. So sometimes it's good not to push people in one direction because eventually they're going to get there on their own, aren't they?
that's true. That's
Yeah,
true. It's important to provide what the person is really looking for,
yeah,
not on what I want.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So now your first international trip, we've got a picture of this here. So let's show, let's show. So here you are in Bangkok, right? Now, this is the first Go ED that you went on, right? And tell us a little bit about this trip because my understanding is that you like scary rides, right? So, so you were on this really, really scary ride that was spinning around, and I'm thinking to myself, like, what is this accountant, this professional accountant? Why is she into scary rides? So tell us a little bit about yourself with these scary rides.
Sir Paul, this is my first international trip. I've been into corporate for 20 years, but I haven't experienced this international trip. Thank you, Lifestyles, that I really love travel. I realized I love travel because of the Lifestyles opportunity. I love the the rides because I'm with the millennials during that time.
Okay.
I'm the eldest among them. So I'm in my 40s and they are in their 20s. So I really go with them, and not for them to be off because there is tita among them. So I just go with them, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it because probably I'm used to just be in front of the computer
Yes.
and day in and day out. That's my job. Parang nawala ako na I became like a child when I went to Bangkok, and that's
Right.
really so amazing experience for me.
Yeah, yeah. Travel is such an amazing experience, and since that first trip in Bangkok for your Go ED, I know you've had a lot of travels all over the world, the different countries, and you've gone with your husband and your son traveling as well. If you were still at Meralco and you didn't make that decision to join Lifestyles, do you think you would have been traveling as much and have seen as much of the world as you've seen?
I don't think so, Paul, because I have no time and I have no money.
Right. Yeah, you need
Uh,
both, right? You need both. Yeah.
because I really have a lot of responsibility in the office. Even holidays, I'm in the office reporting, and there are a lot of expectation from me. So I really don't have time for travel, and the money is really very important for me. Especially my son is really getting older, and I need to provide for the education. So I really want to save money instead of traveling.
Yeah, yeah. But with lifestyles, you've been able to have the best of both worlds. You got the time freedom, and now you've obviously got the money to be able to do all this, and that's a pretty amazing feeling, isn't it?
That's true. That's true, Sir Paul. I never imagined of not experiencing this if I am in my career, in my corporate position, in my corporate job. I never imagined going back to where I am
Hmm.
before and
Yeah,
not experiencing the opportunity that I am enjoying at this moment.
yeah. Now we've got a picture here because you've had so much success, and I just want to show you this picture of this house that you've built. Right, your husband's there. At least I hope that's your husband. I think it is. Right. He looks so young too. He must be taking the products. But you've got this house, right? You've got this house. You've got you've got condos. You've got cars. You've been doing all sorts of traveling. So you've got this amazing, successful life now, right? Um, how do you feel about the risk you took that day when you quit your corporate job? How do you think about that now with all this great success?
Sir Paul, it's worth it. That's the word. It's worth it to really take a risk. Um, I can't imagine of um, with all the wisdom God has given me, with the courage that He gave me to really live the comfort that I am experiencing at that time with my career. I thought that will bring me to the the dreams that I'm imagining, but as I go on with my career, it's getting worse because I'm receiving lesser
Hmm.
than the effort that I'm exerting.
Yes.
Now that I'm experienced this, going back to that decision, it's really worth it. Thank God for the wisdom of embracing this opportunity. Even a lot of fears and uncertainties
Yeah.
at that time. But I just believe with everything I'm hearing in the presentation that if they have experienced the success, if they can do it, I can also do that. That's really my motivation, and I really honor my mentors, GMD Angie and GMD Peng Mendoza, and also GMD Tonet, who is there at the beginning of my journey, who guided me and saw the potential in me. They've said to me that time, if the effort that you are exerting in Meralco, those effort that you are doing, put it in lifestyles, every benefit that's supposed to be you will experience everything and
Yeah.
you will enjoy everything. And I just believe on that words.
Well, it's good.
And it's true.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And I've experienced a lot.
Yeah.
Even more than what they have said to me
Yes.
is what I'm experiencing at this moment.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's great advice they gave you, and you know, in Lifestyles, we've got, you know, mentors, tremendous mentors in this industry. You're now one of those people that, you know, a lot of people look up to, and you've had such amazing success. We've got a great picture here of you and your parents, your mom and your dad, right? And you know, you've helped so many people. Your organization has grown to be so big, and you're an inspiration to so many people. From, you know, you had to be very brave to do what you did, and you did it. And what do you think your dad? He's no longer with us, unfortunately, he passed away. But what do you think he would think of what you've accomplished and what you've been able to do in Lifestyles?
Sir Paul, I would like to believe that he is so proud to me for me right now, because she always believed on my effort. Even when I was promoted to executive director and I first released or acquired my first brand new car, he is so happy.
Right.
Although he is asking me why did I quit my job.
Yeah. Well, if I was your dad, I'd be asking you the same thing.
Why did you quit your job quickly or that fast?
Yeah.
And then I said, Dad, I have my brand new car now. I've been in corporate for 20 years. I haven't had any investment, but with this opportunity, I have this right now. So, and he believed me a lot, and he is one of my motivations
Yeah.
why I ran my GMD. Um, uh, that's always what GMD Testa Lamisan and GMD Tonet is mentioning me. Make my dad as a motivation and
Yeah.
inspiration for me to run my promotions. And I believe he is happy, very happy to what I am right now.
I'm sure. I'm sure he would be. I'm sure he would be. Now, if you switch the tables a little bit, and I know you've gotten a lot of good advice from your upline GMDs, right from the beginning, and seems to be even to today. But if you were to switch it and say, okay, what advice would you give GMD Lea to somebody, let's say who's in the corporate world, somebody who's got a really, really good job, let's say as an example, like you had. What advice would you give to them if they were thinking about joining Lifestyles today? What would you say to that person?
Yes. For those who are in embracing this with this opportunity, maybe you are at the bridge of uncertainty, just like me at the beginning of this opportunity. Just what I've experienced, sobrang ganda ng opportunity. Naniwala lang ako sa mga sinasabi ng mga tao sa paligid ko, and I just keep on getting inspiration from global marketing directors. When I started this business, there were only 9 global marketing directors.
Wow.
That is really where I'm getting my inspirations, that someday I will be one of them. And now we have more than 70 global marketing directors. That's a great proof that this business, this opportunity will bring you to the dreams that you are dreaming of, just like what I'm experiencing. I have 0 experience in sales and network marketing. This is my first network marketing.
That's amazing to me. That's amazing.
Yes. So for those who are in corporate, I know you are experiencing a lot of difficulties. Even at this pandemic time, it's getting harder working in corporate. This is a great opportunity. What I'm telling myself in 2013, it's the same effort that I will exert in my corporate job. If I will just put here in Lifestyles, it's the same. I will still study a lot of things in my corporate, a lot of BIR regulations, SEC regulations, and accounting policies. but it's the same. I will also study this, the industry, the system, and a lot of trainings. But the output and the benefit is really so huge compared to what the corporate can give.
Hmm.
So it's worth to study this opportunity and embrace this, not just as a business but as a mission.
Yes, yeah. Well, you've been very inspirational to so many people, and also I think just your bravery to use the right word. You had to be very brave to take that big leap from a very stable, secure corporate job with a pension and benefits and all of the other things, and then to jump into this crazy company called Lifestyles, where you're helping people with their health and their financial freedom. So that's been so inspirational to everybody, and I want to thank you for just coming on today in the leader chat room and sharing that with us, because for somebody, to look at you and to say, hey, look at this professional person. She didn't have any sales experience. She didn't have any nutritional experience, but you've been able to just succeed in such an amazing way. So congratulations to you. And thank you so much, Leah, for being with us and sharing your story today.
Thank you, Sir Paul, for this great opportunity to share my experience in corporate. So I really help. I would just want to help those who are struggling in their corporate job, corporate experience, and try this lifestyles, because I've experienced so much goodness in this opportunity. And for those who are really contemplating, this is the best opportunity in the world.
Well, that's a great way to end it. Thank you very much, Leah, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you. All right, folks. Well, there you have it. GMD Lea Guevara, certified professional accountant, quit her corporate job to join Lifestyles, and has become an amazing success story. And like Leah said, I mean, you put the same amount of effort into it as in your job as you would in Lifestyles, but the benefits can be so much greater. And just take that shot. Take the shot. Start on the products. Explore the opportunity. However you want to do it, we're here for you. We've got great mentors at Lifestyles. So if you're kind of sitting on the fence today, folks, make that jump like Leah did. Join Lifestyles and help us with our mission to help people live better every day. So thanks again to GMD Lea. Great to have her with us today. I just want to give everybody a reminder of our next Leader Chat Room guest that we're going to have. We're going to show that on Facebook Live on Wednesday, November 24th. Wednesday, November 24th, 8 p.m. Philippines time. So we'll see you then. And in the meantime, that's it for the Leader Chat Room this week. Paul Kramer here. Everybody have a great day and good morning.